Do you truly believe you're free just because you can choose a brand of coffee or the color of a car you don't even own yet? The truth is harsher. You are just a slave with Wi-Fi, a domesticated animal trading the most precious resource in the universe, your time, for scraps of paper. Pieces of paper that the system forces you to give back before the month even ends. You are trapped in a cycle of manufactured needs. Your sweat isn't building your empire, it's fueling the architecture of those who keep you on a leash. You live on a chemical roller coaster, euphoria on payday, and pure despair by the 30th. In this protocol, I will unlock your cell. I'll show you how marketing hacked your sense of necessity, and how you will use Seneca's wisdom to reclaim the sovereignty that was stolen from you. It's time to stop being a consumer and start being a ghost. In this video, we aren't talking about savings tips for the herd. Economics is for those who want to survive. Protocols are for those who want to dominate. I am handing you the map of your financial disobedience, a guide to becoming untouchable in a world designed to keep you broke. First, we will apply the brutal utility filter to paralyze your capital's bleeding. Then, we will build your war chest, the tactical maneuver fund that will give you the power to say no to anyone on the planet. And finally, I will teach you the 60% rule, the mathematical limit that separates the strategists who advance from the stubborn ones who are just waiting for their day of slaughter. If you aren't mobile, you are prey. I promise you, if you follow this protocol to the end, your relationship with money will never again be based on fear, but on tactical power. The leash will be cut today. Welcome to the architecture of freedom. Why do men who earned hundreds of millions of dollars end up in absolute misery, begging for crumbs? Mike Tyson accumulated $400 million. Nicolas Cage bought castles and dinosaur skulls. Their mistake was the same one you make every day: confusing cash flow with real wealth. They built paper empires atop a hurricane of expenses. The ego was the general, and money was merely fuel for the looming disaster. Seneca, once the richest man in the Roman Empire, warned us, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." The herd is addicted to the dopamine hit of a purchase. They don't want the object, they want the fleeting status of someone who can afford it. It's a drug that lasts 48 hours and leaves a 30-day financial hangover. To break this hypnosis, you will apply the first step of the protocol, the brutal utility filter. The rule is simple. Before any purchase above 10% of your monthly income, you will retreat into the shadows. You will wait exactly 72 hours. If after 3 days the absolute need is not greater than the initial desire, the purchase is vetoed. The wolf doesn't buy impulses, the wolf buys strategic positions. Your first practical lesson is this: if you cannot say no to a fleeting desire, you will never say no to a life of submission. The herd calls their savings an emergency fund. The very name betrays their mindset. They are passively waiting for the next disaster, terrified that the world will crush them. The wolf has no savings. The wolf builds a war chest, a tactical maneuver fund. This is capital designed to finance your freedom of movement, not to fix a broken refrigerator. Niccolo Machiavelli taught that a prince's primary virtue is readiness. A leader who does not prepare for scarcity during times of peace will be the first to fall when the storm arrives. Look at the 2008 crisis. While thousands of companies begged for government bailouts, those with brutal liquidity, like Apple, not only survived, but bought out their competitors at a discount. Your war chest is your goodbye money. It is the exact amount you need to look at a humiliating situation and walk away without ever looking back. Practical step. Your war chest must cover at least 12 months of your basic cost of living. If you spend $3,000 a month, you need $36,000 in immediate liquidity. This money is not for the stock market, nor for buying crypto. It is cash available at any moment, your guarantee of sovereignty. It must be accessible within 24 hours. Without this fund, you have no free will. You only have a temporary permission to exist, granted by your modern feudal lord, be it your boss or your bank. The power to say no is the ultimate luxury of the 21st century, but to say no with your mouth, you need oxygen in your account. The war chest is your financial lung. Your second practical lesson is this: until you have 12 months of guaranteed peace, you have no right to luxury. You are at war. And soldiers at war don't buy jewelry, they buy ammunition. Do you know why Blockbuster vanished from the map in less than a decade? It wasn't just because of technology. It was because of the weight. While Netflix was lean, digital, and agile, Blockbuster was anchored by thousands of physical stores, expensive leases, and an army of employees. It was too heavy to change course. In your life, that weight has a technical name: fixed costs. If the amount you need just to keep the lights on consumes more than 60% of what you earn, you are in the kill zone. Being in the kill zone means you have no margin for error. Any setback, a flu, a layoff, a crisis, becomes a tragedy because you're flying without reserve fuel. The herd calls an expensive lifestyle an achievement. The wolf calls it a tactical vulnerability. The higher your fixed costs, the lower your ability to maneuver. The third practical lesson of this protocol is the strategic retreat. If your current structure prevents you from growing, you must have the courage to downsize. If your rent devours half your salary, move. If your car is a parasite consuming your future, sell it. Retreating isn't losing, it's gaining agility for the next strike. Many prefer to sink with the ship just to maintain appearances for the neighbors. The wolf doesn't care about the audience. The wolf cares about the final victory. Keep your cost of living on the ground so your mind can fly high. Real freedom begins when you realize you need very little to be dangerous to the system. It is pathetic to watch the herd analyzing crypto and dividend stocks while paying 15% interest on their credit card balance. This isn't investing. It is a mathematical delusion. It's like trying to install a luxury helipad on a house that doesn't even have a foundation. The wolf's rule is absolute. Interest paid is blood drained from your future. Interest received is territory conquered. Before you buy a single share, liquidate your consumer debt. The immediate return of paying off a credit card is the highest dividend you will ever receive in your life. Take inventory of your chains today. List every debt, from the highest interest rate to the lowest. Kill the first one. Use the momentum left to kill the second. Only those who own the ground they stand on can truly invest. Until your interest chains are cut, You are not an investor. You are just a debtor with misplaced ambitions. Real wealth isn't the car you drive or the brand stamped on your chest. Real wealth is the silence of your phone when you decide you don't want to answer anyone. It is the absolute tranquility of knowing that, if the world stops tomorrow, you remain the master of your own destiny. Freedom is not the power to buy everything. It is the power to need almost nothing to be the owner of your own day. The system wants you to be a voracious consumer and an eternal debtor. It wants your sweat, your anxiety, and your time. The 10th wolf wants your sovereignty. Follow the protocol. Use the 72-hour filter. Build your war chest and master the 60% rule. This is the wolf's leap, the conversion of capital into autonomy. Every dollar you save from the herd is a second of life you buy back for yourself. If you are ready to stop being a slave and start being the architect of your own freedom, comment autonomy. I want to see the sovereigns who walk with me in this pack of tactical minds. I am the 10th wolf, and our peace is priceless.